Hey, what's going on, everybody? That's that one. I haven't done no hunting. It's been deer season. So, I'm just kind of around the house here looking at a few things. I was watching some of Adventure Archaeology's videos and kind of made me think about a bottle I'd found about 5 years back. I was at a water facility in Jefferson City, Missouri, right along the bluffs of the Missouri River. And they had just dug in a new like the actual tank or whatever that was down in the ground. Probably dug 20-30 feet deep, and this was sitting on the pile half exposed. I thought, well, for sure it's gonna be broke, and I pulled it out and I'm like, wow. And I was just curious as far as if Adventure Archaeology could give me some ideas, or somebody that's a med. It says Theo H. Rump, WURMB, St. Louis, Missouri. Love how that old style writing on there. And that little raised area there. See if you can see all the scratches in it. Like if that's in the actual stamp thing from, I don't know, because the rest of the glass doesn't look like that. It doesn't have those little lines in it. Only on this raised part. It does have a little bit of that discoloration from the, I don't know if that's from the fire they said or what. It's a neat old bottle. Perfect. And get dug up by an excavator. Pretty crazy. I'm just gonna throw a few things out here. All the stuff I find in the creeks and stuff. This, it looks like an old one. 8 fluid ounces. This embossing doesn't look that old, so don't know anything about my bottles. This one has a local town, Chamois, Missouri on it. It's maybe 20-30 miles from me. Found that in a local creek. And I found this sticking out of the bank of one of our major creeks around here. It does have a little chip off the inside lip right there. Otherwise, it's perfect. I don't know if this is what you consider stoneware. There's nothing on the bottom of it. Maybe a little more damage there. Didn't clean it off too good. I don't know. What the... It's pretty neat, the size of it. Different stuff that we find in the creeks every now and again. I brought that back. That's pretty neat. This is look this up. It's Haynes, America's first car. This is off of a car that was made from I think it was 1893 or 4 to 1921 when they went out of business. So it hadn't been around very long. Look at the illustration of the car there. That's just crazy. That could be worth a little money, maybe. I threw these out here. This is volcanic pumice. I'm pretty sure it's what it looks like to me. I found that washed up on the beach, Panama City Beach, Florida. I don't know, like, where the closest volcano to that would even be. Kind of crazy. Even crazier, I found this one when I was mushroom hunting on the Missouri. It has all the same characteristics of where it looks real smooth in some places, like where it had actually been where it went from liquid back to rock. And these all look like it's been busted. They're all jagged, open, porous, light as a feather. But on the Missouri, I mean, that thing would have had to come from Yellowstone. Found it in Jeff City. And these are just different examples of stuff I find in the creek. Everybody finds crazy stuff in the creek. Looks like molten wrought iron poured over a rock. There's a rock encased in it. You can even see it sticking out back here. I don't know. This rock, I ain't got a clue. Makes me think of a meteorite. Black A little slick on this part. Rest of it's kind of grainy, super metal type look. If you look at this thing under the deal, it looks really metallic. Well, it's terrible on you boys there. Whoa. Get the shadow of it out of the way. I don't know. Different stuff. This one kind of takes the crate for quartz crystals. Never found nothing that had that kind of, looks like it had come out of a cave or something. Had to been protected. Well, it couldn't have been in the creek for too long. There's an old geode. Busted. Still sticking inside the lime casing. That dude there has quartz crystals all the way through it, solid, and all the way across the back of it. It's kind of neat. Different rock. And then I don't know if anybody's ever found these dudes before. These are spherical quartz. If you look right there, you can see plumb all the way through them. They're hollow. You pour water through these or clean them, you can tell it's solid quartz. All these are. Here's one that's busted open. Kind of see the innards of it. They always got these weird holes that open up to the outside. Spherical, but not exactly round by any means. Here's one that's been really beat up by the creek. Same deal, so we'll switch it over to some fossils here, just for the heck of it. So crinoid stems. That dude there, this one I used to call the human tooth. And I had it checked out. They told me what it was. I can't remember. That was like 10 years ago. I was like, whoa, what in the heck? That looks so much like a tooth, it ain't funny. And you got your fossils that you see all the time, like these dudes and those shells. This is actually the actual deal that comes out of, you know, the hole that makes the impression. The fossil itself. You don't see that too often. Kind of like these crinoid stems. I don't find them too often. If you look at this dude here, he's very metallic looking too. I ain't got a clue to what this thing is. But look at the striations and the different pattern on it. Pretty wild. Don't know, just embedded in that rock. It looks like black metal. I don't know. It's got a almost crystal looking pattern to it. See that? I don't know. Crazy, crazy. Got a little pipe rock. Looks exactly like it. This dude, ain't got a clue. Looks like something. And this right here is one of the coolest fossils I think I've got. Check that out. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I don't think it's a little turtle. I think it's something different, but look at how those triangles are flipped over, reversed, and have a little triangle on the inside of that triangle. There's a little border running around it and a little dot in the center of every single one. The whole thing, all the way around. And you can see them little circular kind of pattern impressions there on both sides there. I ain't got a clue. Anybody knows what that is? Let me know. Pretty wild. Coolest fossil I got. And then get down to some bones. No vertebrae. Out of something way back. Petrified off the Missouri. This here, I had to know what was inside of it. So yeah, I did smack it with a rock. And it is, I don't know if it's mineralized bone or what it actually is. I just don't know. It looks so funny. There's some of the quartz find off the Missouri. Big old chunks. All river washed up. Some black things. You'd like to find a bug in there. Like amber. And some of these pieces. The quartz is cool. Here's the only piece I've ever found out in the Missouri. Back in January of 14. That's when I had the 2 drought years in a row. Little crazy rock with a bullseye on it. And here's some pieces off of one campsite. I seen this sticking out of the bank. It popped it out. And this was sitting underneath of it from the Indian times. And if you look real close, all the way up the spine of this right here is just super polished. Looks completely different. See how this just looks rough and dull? Right here's a little bit of polish the way it looks. Right here, it just shines like that's where he was holding on to it and using it for a tool or whatever. That's neat to see deer antlers survive. And same camp. There's so much shell midden that it makes like a waterproof layer. That's a quill to a feather is what we're thinking it is. Rotted out. That's pretty wild. Could have been a headdress. There's another deer antler. Maybe a napping tool broke. All kinds of stuff come out of that camp that you wouldn't think they would be out in the middle of a field. So much shell. No deer antler. Everything survived. But yeah, that's a little bit of everything. I know I'm running on forever. I ain't never done no 12, 13 minute long video. And people watch my arrowhead videos and be like, what the heck is this? But a little shout out to the old archaeology. If he's got any tidbits of information on that, or anybody else for that fact. I think that's a really cool bottle. One of the only nice, really cool bottles I've ever found. But I'm over 13 minutes, folks, so I'm out of here. And everybody stay safe during the winter. Enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the family company. And have a good weekend. Take her easy.